Welcome to Wicked Nights. The air is cold, the moon is glowing, and something wicked's definitely brewing. This is the beginning of a Halloween story filled with late night parties, stolen glances, a bit of chaos, and maybe, just maybe, a spark between two very stubborn boys. So, grab your candy, hold your breath, and step into the night. Because once the first spell is cast, there is no turning back. Episode 1 begins now. Enjoy the show.
The kitchen smells like instant ramen and whatever Atsumu decided to experiment with this time. Atsumu's slouched on one of the stools, aimlessly spinning a spoon between his fingers while Atsumu talks about, God knows what. Something about rice or seasoning or some shit Atsumu's only half listening to. He taps his heel against the floor, over and over. He's not nervous, just bored. That's all. Yeah, twitching like a dog waiting for food. Shut up. I'm not twitching. Yeah, been tapping that floor for the past 10 minutes. Atsumu rolls his eyes. It's not his fault Suna's late. Osamu's voice is background noise at this point, and it's either listen to his twin talk about cooking or check the door every 5 seconds. Neither is ideal. Why are you sitting like you're waiting for a date? Shut the fuck up. In not waiting for a date. In just chillin'. You keep looking at the door though. That's cause Suna's late. And cause you're annoying the shit out of me. Osamu grins. Yeah, so defensive it's funny. And yeah, so punchable it's irritating. The twins' phones buzz at the same time. Atsumu picks his up lazily, but the second he sees the name of the group chat, he groans out loud. Phone call. Halloween HQ ghost. Jack-o'-lantern. Admin messages only. Toru Senpai Sparkles. Sparkles. Hello my beautiful people Sparkles. Halloween party confirmed at my place smiling face with sunglasses. Round pushpin. Address, redacted. Clock face 3 o'clock. 8 p.m. sharp. Theme, dress to kill literally or not IDC. No boring costumes allowed surprise me face blowing a kiss. Atsumu drops his phone onto the counter like it's cursed. Of course it's Oikawa. Of course it's a Halloween party. And of course it's gonna be dramatic as fuck. Oh for fuck's sake. Oikawa's gonna turn this into a whole circus. As if you won't eat that shit up. You love a party. Shut up. I just like free booze. Osamu snorts. Before Atsumu can throw a spoon at his head, the front door creaks open. Suna walks in like he owns the place, hoodie half hanging off his shoulders, hair a little messy from the wind. Atsumu doesn't even know why his heartbeat jumps a little. It's just Suna, his best friend, his brother's boyfriend, chill as always. Why do you both look like you got hit with bad news? Oikawa's Halloween party. Ah, that's actually kinda fun. You would say that. You know he's gonna go overboard. Probably some haunted house bullshit. As long as there's food and people making fools of themselves. I'm in. Great, perfect. Guess we're going then. Osamu raises a brow, catching something Atsumu didn't even mean to give away. You sound real excited all of a sudden. I wonder why. Atsumu glares at him. He doesn't need to say a damn thing. Osamu knows. Osamu always knows. The ramen pot is still simmering on the stove, soft steam curling toward the ceiling. Atsumu watches it for no reason other than to not look at Osamu, or at the door, or at the clock ticking behind him like it's mocking how restless he is. He leans forward on the stool, chin in hand, leg bouncing under the counter. Suna tosses his hoodie on the back of a chair and stretches with that lazy confidence that always makes Osamu grin. Atsumu rolls his eyes at the little look they share. The kind that's warm, domestic, disgustingly soft. He pretends to scroll on his phone, but he's not reading shit. His screen's still on the Halloween HQ message. What's with the face, Tsumu? This is my normal face. Nah, you look like you just saw Sakusa's name on a guest list. Atsumu's knee freezes mid-bounce. He looks up sharply. Osamu's got that smug little grin, the one that means he's not letting go of this. What the fuck's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Just saying you always get this look when he's involved. You talk too much. Osamu leans back against the counter, arms crossed like he's settling in to watch a show. Suna glances between them, clearly amused, like he's seen this dynamic play out too many times. Let me know when the two of you stop flirting and start talking about the party. We're not fucking flirting. You sound real defensive again, bro. Atsumu grips the edge of the counter a little too hard. He tells himself it's just because Osamu's being a dick, not because his brain actually pictured Sakusa for half a second. Just a flicker. Dark curly hair. Sharp eyes. Annoying attitude. He clears his throat. Anyway, the party. You actually wanna go, or is this one of those watching people trip over costumes things? Second one. Both. You disgust me. You love us. Atsumu throws a packet of seasoning at him. Osamu doesn't even flinch. They've done this too many times to flinch at flying objects anymore. Suna slides into the seat across from Atsumu, hands shoved into his hoodie pocket, leaning forward on the table. He looks bored but comfortable, which is Suna's default setting. Osamu stirs the ramen lazily. The whole apartment feels warm, quiet in that waiting for something to happen kind of way. And Atsumu? He hates how the first thing that popped into his head when Oikawa mentioned party was a stupid pair of black eyes he tries so hard not to think about. You already know who's going. It's Oikawa prob everyone and their grandma. Osamu smirks, then looks at his twin, including Sakusa. Atsumu's head snaps up again. Osamu bites back a laugh. You don't know that. Sure I do. Suna showed me the invite list, he's in the group. Suna gives a small nod, completely unbothered. Atsumu's throat goes dry. He stares down at his phone like it might give him a way out of this conversation. It doesn't. It just stares back with the stupid Halloween skull emoji. Oh, look at you already blushing. I'm not blushing, you dumb shit. Yeah. Suna smirks. Osamu grins wider. Atsumu wants to sink into the floor. He shoves a hand through his hair, muttering something under his breath. He doesn't even like Sakusa like that. It's just, well, it's complicated. And it's not like they're gonna talk about that, right? Atsumu leans back on the stool and tries to play it cool, but the kitchen feels hotter than it should. It's not even summer. It's just Osamu being an annoying little shit and Suna sitting there like he knows everything without saying a damn word. Osamu turns back to the stove, stirring the ramen, but Atsumu can feel his twin's grin from across the counter. It's the kind of grin that says, I know exactly where your brain just went. You remember that one time I said, don't, like you don't do the same shit with Sakusa, Osamu. Suna snorts, covering it with the back of his hand. Atsumu swears if they weren't in the kitchen, he'd have thrown the pot of boiling ramen at both of them. But it's too late. The second Osamu says it, something sharp and warm flashes behind Atsumu's eyes. The kitchen fades just a little, replaced by that memory. Bet you were imagining him when you were in the bathroom. Osamu nearly slammed his chopsticks down. Atsumu just laughed, eyes glittering with way too much satisfaction. Don't gotta be a fucking psychic to know when you're thinking with your dick, Samu. Osamu snapped his head up, eyes narrowing. Oh, like you're any better. Betcha do the same shit thinking about Sakusa. That shut Atsumu up for half a second, just enough for Osamu to catch the faintest pink creeping up his brother's neck. Don't bring Omi into this. Atsumu barked, jabbing a chopstick in Osamu's direction. That's private. Osamu smirked, the rare upper hand fueling him. Private, huh? So you admit it. Atsumu scowled, sputtering. You're a fucking menace. He remembers choking on his words. He remembers how his heart pounded so hard it made his ears ring. He remembers lying through his teeth and praying Osamu wouldn't push it. And he remembers how, that night, when he couldn't sleep, he thought about Sakusa anyway. The memory slips away just as quickly as it hits, but it leaves a heavy, simmering ache in his chest. Atsumu's grip on the countertop tightens, knuckles paling. Yeah, face says a lot, you know. Yeah, fucking face says a lot. That's the best comeback you got? Shut your trap. Suna's laugh is quiet but warm, like he's enjoying watching a slow car crash. Osamu doesn't even try to hide his amusement. Atsumu, meanwhile, wants the earth to open up and swallow him whole. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's not. His brain keeps replaying that night anyway. The heat in his ears. The sound of Osamu's voice. The image of Sakusa that followed him into the dark. The ramen starts boiling over. Osamu curses under his breath, reaching for the stove knob. Atsumu doesn't move. He's still got one elbow on the counter, chin propped on his hand, pretending he doesn't feel like someone just peeled open his skull and dumped every humiliating thought out in the kitchen. Suna tilts his head at him, not with the smugness promise Osamu has. No. Suna's gaze is slower, observing, pinning. The kind of look that makes Atsumu want to fidget, and he hates that. Why the fuck are you acting like this party's a death sentence? Atsumu blinks at him. Acting like this? What the hell is this? Yeah, seriously. Yeah, sitting here like you got a hitman waiting for you at Oikawa's doorstep. I don't. Fuck off. Isn't Sakusa like a germaphobe anyway? Who even says he's going? Atsumu looks up. It's just a second, one stupid second, but it's enough. His silence gives him away more than any word could. Osamu's grin sharpens. Oh my god. He knows something. He knows something we don't know. I don't know shit, shut up. But he does. Of course he does. Halloween is Sakusa's favorite. Atsumu learned that by accident years ago, overhearing a dumb conversation at practice, Sakusa's voice low but softer than usual when he talked about the one time he got to dress up as a kid. How he liked the atmosphere. How it was the one day people wore masks and no one expected him to explain why. He remembers it too well. That tone. That face. He knows Sakusa won't miss it. He never does. Osamu leans on the counter like a vulture sensing weakness. So let me get this straight. You're freaking out over a Halloween party. Cause Sakusa Kyumi might be in the same room as you? No. You sure? You look like you're rehearsing a panic attack. I said no. But his heart won't shut up. It beats against his ribs like it's trying to escape. Not that either of them needs to hear it to know. Osamu tosses him a pair of chopsticks. Then stop looking like someone just told you the boogeyman's real. He kinda is the fucking boogeyman. Lol, you need therapy. I don't. And who the fuck says LOL out loud? Atsumu stabs the chopsticks into the ramen bowl like it personally offended him. They keep laughing. He keeps pretending. But under all that noise, there's a truth sitting heavy in his chest. Sakusa's going to be there. He knows it. And that scares the shit out of him more than he'll ever admit.